Now on CoastTV News.
Fares for the Cape May Lewis Ferry may be increasing. The reasons for the possible change.
Taking a stroll through Milton, a proposal in the works to improve safety for pedestrians and bicyclists in town.
The parking headache in Rehoboth Beach. What big suggestion was given to the city to help ease the problem?
Brace for a gusty chill and a rapid temperature drop starting tonight.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Possible rising prices for your ride on the Cape May Lewis Ferry. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with a public hearing on a change-up for prices for the ferry.
Issues with inflation and big deficits have the Delaware River and Bay Authority discussing how that process could change. Live in Lewis is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, still a lot of questions to be answered on these possible price changes.
Maddie, thousands of people use the Cape May Lewis Ferry every single year, but the cost for that ride, well, it might be going up. The Delaware River and Bay Authority is hosting a public hearing tonight discussing possible price changes for here at the ferry, and higher prices for some fares are not off the table. The authorities has cited inflation and the operating subsidy for the Delaware Memorial Bridge for the possible increases, though it is important to note that some decreases in price for groups and families are also on the table. One neighbor said today that rising prices may keep people from visiting Lewis.
We've all seen prices of just about everything go up, particularly here in Lewis. The restaurants and other things have gone up a lot. So yeah, again, basic business. Prices go up, users or purchasers, customers go down.
Right now, there is currently no set change or no set idea on what these price changes could be. That's what's going to be discussed tonight at the public hearing. We'll have more on the outcome of that meeting on Coast TV News at 11. I'm Charles Reiner, live in Lewis, Coast TV News.
And this brings us right to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what your thoughts are on a possible fare increase for the Cape May Lewis Ferry. Let's take a look at the results.
Take a look at your screen. So far, 52% say they understand. 27%, though, say they think it's unnecessary. 9% think it's too much, and 12% just simply don't care.
Well, if you haven't voted yet, you can be a part of this, unless you just don't care. I don't know, maybe you don't want to get involved. You can go to coasttvnews.com or use our Coast TV mobile app. Milton's Streets and Sidewalks Committee wants to install flexible delineators. The goal is to address an ongoing problem with speeding cars at the crosswalks on rails to trails at Federal Street. Recently, the speed limit was lowered on this road to alleviate speeding traffic, but as the problem persists, the committee says installing the flex poles will reduce the crossing distance for users and slow down drivers with a more narrow lane. Gregory Sullivan says he's had close calls with cars at this crossing about a dozen times.
I think anything would help. People they're not paying attention when they're driving. And they just don't even see you when you're halfway across the road. They just keep coming.
The chair of the committee will provide a resolution for this proposal at the next town council meeting January 8th. Imagine having to pay for parking into the fall. That is one idea proposed by engineering company the Rossi Group to city officials after a parking survey. It was suggested to city officials to change the permit season from May 1st to October 31st. Currently in Rehoboth Beach, the parking permits or paying to park are required from May 15th to September 15th. Parking in the nation's summer capital during the summer can almost seem impossible, which leads to the city posting parking surveys on the Reach Out Rehoboth page to get the public's input. The city said before considering this option, it would like to speak with the surrounding towns to see if this has worked or if they would consider the change as well. One store manager on Rehoboth Avenue told Coast TV he worries this could hurt businesses who rely on early fall business.
And I feel like once the core season's over and the temperatures start to lower and whatnot, people aren't going to want to pay to be down here. So it makes sense to have people pay in the summer. I just don't see why it would make sense to have people pay past the summer.
The city told Coast TV earlier that a change like this would require a public hearing before anything was decided. The final report is expected April 2024. The Rossi Group suggests the city continue to look for downtown parking garages, and we have all those details on our website, coasttvnews.com. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into the Ocean City area as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, standing by with a good look at your weather.
Well, it just seems like it's been cold inside and outside, no matter where you are for a day. It's just been that kind of a feel in the air, probably because we have such a dry atmosphere. And some folks are asking me, what were the pieces of ice that were falling that was not hail, by the way? Just some ice particles that's just part of the scene when you have it so cold during the day. Now, 39 degrees currently in Lewis and in Milton. We're at 40 degrees in Millsboro, 39 in Delmar. Now, we have the winds racing out of the northwest, and that's going to just add insult to injury as far as the chilly feel that we have. So it feels like 32, Indian River Inlet. It feels like 33 in Ocean City, for example. And we're only going to start feeling colder than that as we progress throughout the night. I mean, we're holding at about 41 right now in Ocean City, but look at what's going to be happening for later on tonight. We'll drop down to the mid-30s under mostly clear skies. Now, we have a significant uncomfortable morning ahead coming up in just a moment for us. We'll talk about that in your full forecast. Plus, we're going to have to talk about the next First Alert Day that looks like it's going to happen right towards our weekend. We'll fill all the gaps for you coming up in a moment. Till then, back to you, Maddie.
Paul, thank you. New today, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is stepping down. The California Republican announced he's resigning from Congress at the end of the year. His decision to leave will further tighten Republicans' narrow majority in the House. That slim majority was also narrowed after the expulsion of GOP Representative George Santos of New York. Although McCarthy is resigning, he says he'll stay involved with Republican politics.
We have breaking news in Las Vegas. Police say that the shooter in connection to today's shooting at the University of Las Vegas has been located and is dead. The Las Vegas Police Department responded to reports of an active shooting incident at UNLV. Reports began coming in at around noon. Shots were fired in the university's Lee Business School building, and additional shots were later reported in the student union. Authorities say there appear to be multiple victims. More details surrounding the incident are developing. With time running out today, President Biden is pressing Congress to pass more funding to support Ukraine in its fight against Russia. It comes as the White House is grappling with how to respond to two major conflicts in both Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas war. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how also today NBC News has exclusive new reporting about evidence of violence against Israeli women during the October 7th Hamas massacre.
At a time when two major conflicts are stoking global unrest, President Biden making the case to keep supporting American allies, especially Ukraine.
Stand against the tyranny of Putin. Stand for freedom.
Republican lawmakers insist any new Ukraine funding must be tied to major investments in U.S. border security.
If we're going to help secure the people in Ukraine and in Israel, we also have to secure our own people.
I support real solutions at the border.
But bipartisan talks over new border policy broke down, and the White House is adamant Ukraine will run out of money to fight off Russia and the war if Congress fails to act by the end of the year.
They're willing to literally kneecap Ukraine on the battlefield and damage our national security in the process.
As the president makes his pitch, Attorney General Merrick Garland today announcing war crime charges against 4 Russian soldiers accused of torturing an American citizen living in Ukraine during the invasion. In another devastating conflict, NBC News has exclusive reporting about the mounting evidence of heinous acts of sexual violence against dozens of Israeli women and girls during the October 7th Hamas terror attacks.
It was about targeting people to shame them.
The accounts only adding to the desperation of the families of hostages Hamas is still holding in Gaza, where the United Nations says the stepped-up Israeli ground invasion in the south is fueling an increasingly apocalyptic situation for Palestinian civilians, with extreme shortages of food, water, medicine, and anywhere to find safety. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The United Nations says 80% of Gaza's population has been forced to flee their homes. The Israeli military maintains it's doing all it can to direct civilians out of harm's way as it seeks to root out Hamas.
Influential television producer Norman Lear, who created some of the most indelible shows in TV history, including All in the Family and The Jeffersons, has passed away at the age of 101. Dan Scheneman looks back at his amazing life and career.
Mr. Norman Lear.
After decades as a writer, producer, and director, Norman Lear changed the face of television with the 1971 premiere of All in the Family.
You are a meathead. A meathead, dead from the neck up. Meathead.
Lear has said the lead character, Archie Bunker, was partly based on his own father. All in the Family brought racism out into the open and made the bigot the butt of the jokes.
Now on three, okay? 1, 2, 3.
The success of All in the Family allowed Lear to create several spin-offs which became hits, including Maude and The Jeffersons.
Good God, you're black.
In the mid-1970s, Lear had 6 hit sitcoms on network television at the same time, including Sanford and Son, Good Times, and One Day at a Time. He won 3 Primetime Emmy Awards, received a National Medal of Arts, and a Kennedy Center honor. And in 1984, Norman Lear was inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame.
My hope for the future of television is that it will take itself as seriously as it is taken.
In his 90s, Lear collaborated on a remake of his 1970s show One Day at a Time, this time with a Cuban-American family. And on his 96th birthday, he announced another deal to possibly reimagine some of his older shows that hadn't been big hits. As the work continued, so did the accolades. In 2019, he became the oldest Emmy winner at age 97. Norman Lear gave us shows that explored real people, not caricatures. Television pioneer and Oscar-winning writer Patty Chayefsky once said that Lear took television away from dopey wives and dumb fathers, and in their place, he put the American people. So while Norman Lear may be gone, his impact on television remains. Dan Scheneman, NBC News.
Make sure you pull out your phones and scan this QR code for our First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need, including some push alerts. And if you can't get your phone quite now, don't worry, you'll see this code just a little later again with Paul.
The hottest year on record, what new data has revealed about this year's global temperatures.
And tune in for a windy wallop as gusts of chills overtake us.
But first, SAG-AFTRA has voted to ratify the new landmark contract deal. How many members voted in favor? Up next.
I'm attorney Ben Schwartz with a safe driving tip for you. Multitasking is a good thing, right? You get more done in less time. But as a personal injury attorney, I think multitasking is a great risk to your health and safety. When you're behind the wheel, don't do anything in addition to driving your car because you will risk getting in an accident. Focus on the road ahead, keep yourself and others safe, and if you have been injured in an accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
What's this? It's a gift from the Delaware Electric Cooperative.
But why did they give us a billing credit?
Since the co-op is owned by its members, each Christmas, DEC returns money to those members. This December, DEC is giving $5 million back to those who were members in 2011. These refunds are one of the many ways the co-op is different from for-profit utilities.
It is the season of giving. Wow!
Ho, ho, ho. From our DEC family to yours, Merry Christmas.
For a great shopping experience, Furniture Gallery is the place to pick up one-of-a-kind signature finds to complete your home decor. Come explore our selection of handcrafted furniture and get all the supplies you need for your own DIY projects. And through the doors is Shore Marketplace, where you'll find the most unique local shops at the beach. With over 40 local artisans, Shore Marketplace is truly a local connection you cannot afford to miss. And next door you'll find Scrub Apparel outlets. All this under one roof with easy access off Coastal Highway North.
Help solve the homeless pet problem by opening your home to a new furry friend. The Brandywine Valley SPCA presents the largest mega adoption event in the country. Hundreds of animals are ready to go home that same day. Adoption fees have been reduced to $35 and include microchipping, vaccinations, spaying, and neutering. Bring the whole family on December 9th and 10th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at all Brandywine Valley SPCA locations and participating partner shelters. For more information, visit megaadopt.com.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
On Tuesday, the SAG-AFTRA voted to ratify a new contract with major film and TV studios. About 78% of members voted in favor of ratifying the contract. The new deal, to run through June 2026, reportedly achieves more than $1 billion in new compensation and benefits. Hollywood suffered a 1-2 punch this summer when both the Writers and Actors Union went on strike. The contract ended a 118-day strike on November 8th.
In regional news, a 57-year-old man died last night after a pedestrian crash in Dover. According to Dover police, the crash happened here in the area of Route 13 and Kings Highway. Police say a Ford Focus driven by an 82-year-old man was crossing over onto Kings Highway, and at the same time, the victim was crossing on foot without any reflective material. Police say the victim was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment, but was later pronounced dead. The driver of the Focus was not hurt.
Expect a gusty evening with the winds picking up momentum and the temperatures taking a serious nosedive.
Going solar can be a big investment. We provide quality equipment and first-rate warranties.
Let Solaire be your trusted advisor. We can provide you with a no-cost proposal, a second opinion, which could save you significant money.
Solaire helped us through the permitting, financing, and grant process. They offer a quality product at a fair price.
Whether you have a business, a farm, or a residential home, give us the opportunity to show you what we can offer.
Please give Solaire a call today. You'll be shocked at the savings.
Shop fabulous fun fashion at Twyla Farrell's in Lewis. Discover stylish and comfortable clothing made from designers you know and love. From head to toe, you can complete your look at Twyla's. A large selection of fashionable shoes, including popular brands such as Piccolinos and Naote, and trendy winter jackets to keep you warm this winter. We believe in building lasting relationships and always offer honest fashion advice. Come visit us for a unique shopping experience. Shop fabulous fun fashion at Twyla Farrell's in Lewis.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care, women's health services, to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Take out that phone, put it on camera, scan the QR code, because listen, we've got some serious changes coming up in the weather, and I'm going to keep you updated on that. But just in case you're out and about and you're not near the television screen or whatever, you can monitor what's going on around you no matter where you may migrate, because this is going to be a tricky weekend and a good time to have that app. Our dry tech camera showing us that we have clear skies, beautiful look for the sunset and all that, with temperatures of 41. Now we're going to drop from the low 40s quickly into the 30s, and with the winds kicking in from the northwest, especially from the northwest, it's going to make for a very chilly Thursday morning. And we've been talking about that all week long, by the way. That's not necessarily a surprise. And nor was it really a surprise that we had just a little bit of precipitation that kind of float through the area briefly. We've been talking about that anomaly. We caught that with our early models as well. Little pieces of ice and chunks of ice also fell with that, but that's okay. We expect that with it being so cold in the upper atmosphere. Now, as far as the winds are concerned, that's going to be a really big story as we progress throughout the weekend. Right now, we're under a small craft advisory with 25-mile-per-hour winds, but we'll focus on the winds in more detail in a moment. Here's where the temps are right now. We're at 38 degrees, not only in Lewis, but also in Milton as well as Seaford. We are cooler now than we were 24 hours ago, about 7 degrees cooler in Salisbury as well as Wallops Island. So we are feeling that chill. Now let's talk about the first thing we've been talking about, the cold for Thursday morning. It's going to feel like 23 degrees in Milton and in Ellendale. That's an update with our latest model run. So instead of 26 or 25, we're dropping to 23 for the wind chill factor, but we'll recover a little bit more so throughout the rest of the day. As far as the precipitation and all that's concerned, that's not a big issue for us for Thursday or Thursday afternoon. We'll see scattered clouds, but look at how the winds change direction. This is a game changer here because we'll have temperatures in the 40s, so it's still cold on Thursday, but Friday's a different deal. We start off at 34, and then we pop up to about 55 degrees, Milton, 57 in Georgetown, and we get progressively warmer as we go throughout the weekend. Let's take a look at the next 5 days. For example, for today, we had spotty ice sprinkles. Cold is the story for Thursday. Friday becomes bearable because it's going to be even warmer. Saturday, it's going to become breezy, but Sunday, strong winds and rain. Sunday is a big deal. Sunday going into Monday. See, Sunday, we have the winds coming out of the south Sunday, but look at this. 66-mile-per-hour winds in Bethany Beach on Monday, early in the morning at 4:30 in the morning. 63-mile-per-hour winds in Ocean City. I'm being melodramatic on purpose because I need you to see this, okay? Pay attention to that. And then we have this wall of rain that's going to come through and create and explode into some thunderstorms for early Monday morning. So get ready for an ugly start to the work week. Here's a look at your forecast. Hanukkah starts sunset Thursday, but the first full day of Hanukkah, by the way, is Friday, and we have a first alert day on Sunday.
Thank you, Paul. New today, 2023 will be the officially hottest year on record. That's according to the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service. It found this year's global temperature will be nearly 35 degrees warmer than pre-industrial levels. Every month since June has been the hottest such month on record.
We salute John F. Ruff, John Francis Ruff, a dedicated Marine, served during the Cuban Missile Crisis in Cuba. Retiring in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, he was an integral part of VFW Post 7447. John's life, marked by service and resilience, concluded May of 2020 following a valiant fight with cancer.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to CoastTVSalutes.com.
Did you know that painting your cabinets actually lowers your home value? Brian, what are my options?
Refacing your cabinets is faster and less expensive than a tear out and completely restyles your kitchen. You get all new doors, drawer fronts, and new hardware.
Start your new year with a new kitchen. Right now, get $1,500 off and no payments for a year.
Call today and Paul Davis can be out to your home as soon as tomorrow for down to the penny pricing on your kitchen.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. We are the difference makers. Weather is brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling, the difference makers.
At Tidal Health, we're with you at every step. When you need hip or knee replacement surgery, choose the area's most experienced orthopedic robotic surgeon. Choose Dr. William Duran. His robotic surgery techniques lead to less pain and quicker recovery, meaning you'll be back on your feet doing what you love in no time. At Tidal Health, we know the value of having high-quality, world-class care right in your backyard, so we invest in it. Visit TidalHealth.org/experience to learn more.
Avery Hall has a long-standing history of being involved in the community. To me, it's very important to be involved in helping local families when they're in need. We see a variation of people in need. They need to be educated, provide guidance, and that's something that we're here for, and I enjoy helping people. At the end of the day, if I'm able to rewrite a policy and save them money that can help them continue in early retirement, that would be great. I'm Steve Mason, account executive at Avery Hall Insurance.
I've seen this movie. Didn't like how it ended.
Witch!
Ben's in a full-blown witch trial.
Wait, what? Quantum Leap, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Someone must have seen what happened.
Oh, Magnum.
Maybe we can help each other.
If we go. Your car. So last year.
Magnum P.I., tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Sponsored by Ancient Art Stone, where countertops are always a work of art.
In the spirit of the holidays, the Salisbury Elks Lodge, number 817, they're giving away free Christmas platters. The lodge will be serving dinner on Christmas Eve to first responders, anybody working that day. Platters will be available between 12 and 5 p.m. First responders can also grab more than one for coworkers if you call ahead.
This holiday season comes with many fun activities for people of all ages to enjoy. Looking at the holiday lights and decorations put up all over Delmarva. Take a look at your screen. Ken and Peg Stein from Ocean View have shared a photo of their Christmas tree. I was in the middle of it. Thank you for sharing that. We would love to see how you decorate your house for the holiday season. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
But you shine bright too, Charlie, so it's okay. And the holiday season is here. The Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. We have raised over $168,000. It all helps provide Christmas for children who might go without. But it's not easy for a lot of people, and the need for help is even larger. You can donate at blessourchildren.org, and here's a look at someone who's already helped.
The love and caring from the community this year during our Bless Our Children campaign has been amazing. We have a new card here from the Insleys. They're from Bishopville, Delaware. We're going to get this up on the tree. And if you want to donate or send in a card, go to blessourchildren.org.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community this holiday season with a gift from a trusted family-owned jewelry store for over 40 years. Happy holidays from the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Get covered from the rain with a free Coast TV umbrella. Simply enter at coasttvumbrella.com for a chance to win. Then catch Coast TV News weekdays to see if you've won. Brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
My aunt actually was a breast cancer patient at the Tunnel Center, and she was on one of the early breast clinical trials, and that got me really interested in oncology. So that's what I currently do now. I'm a research nurse, and I'm literally working my dream job. We're like the patient's primary nurse, their navigator, and the research nurse all wrapped up into one. We get to follow them through the whole journey. And so it's a really special bond that we get to have with our patients, and it's just a really special field. It's always advancing and growing.
Moments like this, you're faced with an important question. If a ball lands in a cup and no one else sees it, does it count? You bet your sweet 5-iron it does. Somewhere to smile about. Ocean City, Maryland. Oh wait, he's still going. Okay. Nice.
Toyotathon is on! Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota, like Camry, Tacoma, Grand Highlander, and more. Celebrate the season with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Toyotathon deals are here. Take 1,000 Toyota down payment cash on 24 Camrys, available with all-wheel drive. Or get 1,000 toward your down payment on a stylish Corolla sedan.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on CoastTV News at 6.
Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Shop local at the Treasure Chest for the gift that means more. Say you care about your friends, family, and community this holiday season with a gift from a trusted family-owned jewelry store for over 40 years. Happy holidays from the Treasure Chest on Main Street in Berlin.
Here's a look at your Coast TV exclusive 10-day forecast. Remember, Thursday morning, very chilly, but 47. For Friday, the first full day of Hanukkah, we're looking at 58. Look out for it warm on Saturday. And Sunday, we have a first alert day, watching out for very windy and rainy conditions.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition's up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.